Guys, we are back on the build here, and right now what you're looking at are just some sketches I've been doing. I've been trying to figure out how to plot out this diorama, and I think I've finally gotten it where I want it. I was going through quite a few different versions of what I want to do with the diorama, including different angles, showing the ship lifting off at a different angle away from the pod or straight up. And then I ran through this quick little sketch trying to figure out where I'm going to lay everything. And then I finally came out with this final drawing here. And I think this is what's going to work for me. Here we're going to have our base. We have the pod and the mold to one side of the base. The Thunderbird 2 already moving off. And if we look at it from the top, this is basically what we're going to see when we look at the diorama. So, of course, let's set it up here, which I already have. And this is basically what our diorama is going to be. We're going to have our pod, our mole. Of course, we're going to have our painted ground, maybe some debris thrown around as they're on a rescue mission. And then we're going to have the Thunderbird 2 hovering above the diorama with plumes of smoke coming out and lights flickering. The flickering lights that we saw in the last video are going to be coming out from all four exhaust ports. And we'll have our Thunderbird 2 sitting as if it's, well, not sitting, but it's going to look like as if it's just dropped the pod off and it's moving off to go finish off or do whatever else is required on the rest of the mission. So this is basically what the size of their diorama is going to be. Now I'm also going to lay some more of the rescue vehicles around, maybe put another one inside the pod, so that we'll have a whole lot of activity going on here. Now, I've never done this before, so this is going to be a pretty long and drawn-out process as I try to figure out exactly how to do what I want to do. But this is the plan, guys. So hopefully it'll work. Alright, guys. We have our first mock-up of the exhaust coming out of the bottom of the Thunderbird 2. Now, what I'm using for this are the legs that come with the kit. Now, luckily, those legs come as part of the transparent plastic, not as part of the regular plastic in the kit. So, what I did, which I'll show you on the next one that I get ready, if this all works the way I want, was insert one of my flickering LEDs into the leg, and in the hopes that it's going to carry the light all the way to the bottom, so that we'll have our brightest light here and it just dims out as it gets lower, because then we're going to put some cotton here to simulate the smoke, which will cover up part of the leg so that you'll see the light glowing through the cotton, I hope, if this works the way I want. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to turn off the lights, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's lit up. Well, first let's take a look at it in the light and see how bright that's going to be. Which, really, wow. Now, as you can see what I was saying, the ship will be standing on these four legs. Each one will have a flickering LED, the same way you see here. And the brightness at the top is to simulate the fire coming out of the jet exhaust, which dims out as it goes lower, where we'll have the simulated smoke on the bottom. But you see how the flickering effect gives you the look of a flame coming out of the bottom of the ship. Now, let's turn the lights completely off and let's see what kind of an effect we get. Wow, that's going to be amazing. Now, imagine four of these lighting up the whole area. It'll light up pretty much the entire display, I think, along with all the other lights that are going to be inside the ship. But this, I think, is going to work. I am very happy with this. This is using the lights from Evans Design, their flicker kit, which we talked about in the last video. So now we're going to get the other legs prepped up and see exactly how we're going to set this up, and we still have to figure out how to run the wiring through the entire ship. This is getting really exciting now, guys. Alright, guys. This is one of the legs that we're going to be using to create our flame effect. Now, in order to insert the LED into here, inside the leg, we're going to have to cut a slit in the leg to right about there. And then we're going to insert our LED. And then what we're going to do is, when we're ready to put it all together, we're going to seal the LED in there using some clear cement to attach it permanently to the leg. So what I'm going to use to cut the slit in the leg is my Tamiya. This is my Tamiya, right? Yes, this is my Tamiya hobby saw. It's a really useful tool. Comes with quite a few different blades. I have two here. I use it all the time for all sorts of different things. I really recommend it. Works really well. So we're going to get busy and we're going to cut our little slit in here. And then we're going to install our light. Alright guys, there we have it. We have all four legs prepped for lighting. Now let's just turn the lights off here. We'll see what kind of effect we get. Oh, very cool. You can see all the flickering lights going on and off, giving us our flame effect. And you can see how the light travels down through the clear tubes, and that's going to allow us to illuminate the smoke that we're going to put around the bottom of the exhaust, and should give us a pretty interesting effect. So we're one step closer to getting this thing set up really nicely. Alright guys, now that we've got our lights all set up as to where they're going to be, let's take a quick look at the installation of all the lights in the nose cone. I added one more extra bulb on the lower deck just to allow us to see a little bit clearer in there. So it's looking really good. I have a couple of light leaks on the upper deck that I have to take care of, and I may add one more bulb to the upper deck because it's a little dark in there compared to all the other areas of the ship. So we might just be adding one more bulb to the nose cone. Now we're taking a look at the four exhaust, let's call them exhaust plumes, as they're finally glued into the lower half of the hull, and I've got them lit up so you guys can get a quick preview of what they're going to look like when everything is all said and done and attached and lit up. I think it's looking pretty cool. Now when I can get the smoke effect that I want to work properly so I can hide the wires in it, it's going to be fantastic. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here as I've got a lot of wiring to figure out. So I'll see you on the next one.